I mean, I love you two for a lot of reasons, but for taking on mom bullying, it's so important. Mom shaming. I applaud you for doing it. You both are yeah, give him a little applause here. Your son, Luca, he's three, right? He's three and a half. And Ryan is only 4 months old. You were backstage pumping, I heard. Yeah. You had a lot of stuff.
I was, yes.
So you know from mom shaming, those people who don't know, though, Hilary, can you explain what it is?
I mean, I think it's basically adult bullying, you know? It's with such a sensitive subject matter that all of us take so seriously as mothers, parents. We want to do everything right and perfect because we love our children so much. And it's basically just judgment on doing things differently from one another. And obviously, you know, we all know that not one thing works for every family or every child or every mother. And basically...
But people are so quick to criticize. It's fascinating.
And even if it's not coming from a mean place, like they're trying to be rude, just sometimes coming with advice so heavy-handed or, you know, even bragging.
It, right?
100%. I mean, I remember when I started working again and 7 months after breastfeeding Luca and introducing formula, people being like, oh, you didn't make it to a year? Or, you know,
when 7 months is so amazing all on its own.
Right, exactly.
Well, it felt like a big feat for me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And your little girl is only 4 months and already you're experiencing the shaming.
I do. You know, I feel like I haven't felt that intense judgment yet because she is so young. But people do have opinions about everything from the minute you tell people you're pregnant, you know?
Your birth plan, the name.
Yeah. If you're going to have an epidural, if you're, you know, if you have a night nanny. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Well, when I was pregnant with my first son, Ben, I went to Elizabeth Bing for Lamaze, and she is the mother. She passed away. She was the mother of Lamaze, and Ben was a footling breech, which means he was standing up like a stork.
Mine too.
Okay. Yeah. And so my husband and I had been told by the doctor, he probably were going to end up with a C-section because the baby comes first. And she said, oh, no, no, no. You have to have natural childbirth or you failed. And she had me every night, I kid you not, with the incense sticks in between each toe.
No.
And yes, thinking that would turn the baby around. And if it were today and the internet had the power, you know, back then that it has now, I would have experienced shame like you wouldn't believe. People would have been so critical.
Wait, and did the incense work?
No, no. And not only did the baby not turn around, but my husband said we're going to have the section, and Ben turned out beautiful.
Right.
So
No,
it's really
I'm fine,
awesome.
but
Congratulations. Yeah.
You're both working with Similac, and they started a campaign called Sisterhood of Motherhood. Tell me about that campaign.
It's amazing. I mean, we feel so lucky to be a part of it. Obviously, we're both new-ish moms, and they really inspired us when we found out what they were doing, really creating a community online on their Facebook page to inspire moms to come together, share their story on how they felt judged through, you know, some point during, you know, being a mother, and how they continue to feel judged and what they're going to do to stop the mommy wars. You know, people really bully a lot online. It's easy to do it behind a computer screen. People have so many opinions, and we really want women, families, everyone to come together and be supportive, because not one thing works for every family.
To know that you're not alone, that other people have gone through it, and maybe form a positive community.
Well, that's what we like so much about what Similac is doing, is that it is spreading positivity. You know, they have an amazing documentary coming out next month, and they've got the trailer up on their Facebook page, and it's emotional to watch it because you feel all the same things that these parents feel.
What's their hashtag?
Hashtag End Mommy Wars.
And Haylie, you've said that it's a good idea if somebody says something to try to turn it into a positive. You have one child, I think you relayed this example, and somebody says, oh, I have two, when are you going to have the next one, you know? And instead of being offended, the great answer is, I'm not sure, but how are you doing it? How do you, so you turn it into a conversation rather than a criticism.
And make it about them.
Yeah. It's also that it goes back to the same thing, like I have a 3.5-year-old, and it's really tough to teach them lessons. It goes back to the same thing, like I have a 3.5-year-old, and it's really tough to teach them lessons sometimes because they don't quite understand as well as we do. And so a lot of things you're doing is diversions, you know? You create a diversion, twist things around so they're, you know, you can't teach the lesson right away. They don't understand, and it's the same with adults sometimes.
But it's hard to teach Luca when he has an aunt like Haylie. You've been pulling some little stunts here with Luca, haven't you?
You know, I do have to say that my karma's coming for me. I know it is.
Oh, in a big way.
Because my favorite thing to do is to teach him to say
naughty.
Like what?
Oh, like, Mom, we're doing me. Let me do me right now. Haylie, I'll be like, Dad, it's time
we were playing, and she was like, let's go to dinner. And Luca and I were playing, and I love time with him. And so I said, tell Mom we're doing us. And he was like, doing us.
Doing us, Mom, can't. I'm like, Haley, it is coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get yours.
Oh, yeah.
Haley, Hilary, thank you so much. And thank you again. I really mean it. Mom shaming is a big hot button issue right now. So thanks for taking it on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
For more information about the Sisterhood of Motherhood campaign, head to meredithvieirashow.com. We'll be right back.